talking about something that is very misunderstood. It's something that the mere mention of its name can cause fear and detest in most people. It's been used widely for 2,500 years. The Egyptians used it. It was used a lot during the early 20th century, so in the 1800s. I'm talking about leeches. That's right, leeches. There are almost 700 species of leeches. 600 of those species feed on blood, and only 15 species are used in medicinal practice. And those are called Hirudo medicinalis, or medical leeches. Leeches only need to feed once every 6 months to a year. Very, very interesting. They've been used for almost over 2,500 years. The Egyptians used leeches. Most historically in the 1800s, they used them to clean bad blood and a wide variety of other kind of not really making much sense uses, but they were on to something. They are actually being used again today, and I'll go over that in just a moment. For now, let's go ahead and open up this box that was sent to me from Leeches.com and see what is inside. So inside the package, we have some handling forceps. That's going to come in handy. Okay. We have a storage jar from Leeches.com. All right. Comes with a handy lid. Excellent. And inside we have a smaller pair of handling forceps. They come with the jar. And we have a paper bag. The paper bag contains, of course, our leeches. And that little gel inside is a storage gel. It keeps them hydrated, and it kind of cushions them as they travel. Alright, in a second I'm going to go ahead and add some water to this to loosen them up, and we're going to transfer them into cold water. Let's get started. Now, in transferring your leeches, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open the storage container that they are in and just add some fresh water to that. Do not use tap water if you're on a city water system. I am on a well system with a filter on it. You would want to use bottled water. Alright, you just open the lid and add a little water to their storage unit there. If they arrived in, it could be any type of container, really. Okay. I'm going to add just a little water, just enough to cover them. Then you're going to want to just kind of agitate the water just a little bit. Looks like they have some cotton in there as well. Okay. Let's use our small little forceps and remove that cotton. Okay. Get that out of there. Set that over to the side. The other piece as well. Set that over to the side. Okay. And now what we are left with is our leeches in water. And leeches do shed, so it is a good idea to agitate them pretty good to kind of help shed if there's any that's in there. And you'll see it floating in the water. I'm not sure if you can see inside there the little particles, the particulates that are floating. Some of that is, of course, the gel, but the vast majority is their shed skin. And leeches will climb. Okay, so we get that mixed up very well. And instead of just dumping them straight into their storage container, the jar here, which I filled up with water, cold water, I'm going to put it in an old Scotch glass that I have, just to keep some of that gel from getting in with their water. Alright, we dump them inside here. If they don't all come out, that's okay. They can stick. They have a foot that can grab. Okay. And they may not come out. You may need to use forceps to grab them and pull them out. Alright, let's reach in here, see if we can grab a specimen very gently, pull it off. There we go. They have 2 feet. He's kind of walking along there. There we go. There is one. Oh, you got to keep transferring them back and forth because they will latch on pretty good. Let's get him in his water. There we go. And he is in there swimming around, as you can see. Okay, let's work with the rest of them and get them in. A little water. And we've got one trying to escape here. Little escape artists. It's alright. Get him back in there. Okay, let's put the lid back on here. Then we'll kind of give it a jostle. See if we can get them loosened up enough to want to come out of there. We may have to use our forceps to convince them to come out. And we are. Okay. Get him back in there. There we go. We've got one here. There's one. Well, almost had him. There we go. Alright, we've got one trying to escape here. Okay. Now we've got all 6 of them. They sent 6 inside our jar. So now, let's put our top on. And I'll put some holes in that later, some small air holes. There we go. So we've got our 6 leeches in their home, their little enclosure there. Now I will be feeding these, and I will do a video on that at a later date. And once a week you are going to want to change their water. They're best stored at 41 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit, so you can keep them in the refrigerator as long as it doesn't get too cold. And earlier I mentioned medicinal uses. Today they are making a comeback in the medical and the veterinary fields. They're used in pain therapy to reduce swelling from varicose veins. Their saliva is used as an anticoagulant in medications, actually. They're researching rheumatoid arthritis treatments. They're used to reintroduce blood flow to skin grafts and in plastic surgeries even. They put leeches on the skin grafts and after plastic surgeries. It reduces inflammation. Now this is their saliva that I'm mostly talking about. It reduces inflammation, and the research is ongoing. I mean, there's many uses that they found for these. So they were on to something 2,500 years ago, and even when the Egyptians were using them. There are benefits, not exactly the benefits that they thought there were back then, like bloodletting and things like that, getting rid of the bad blood and getting in good blood and things like that. That's not the case. But they were on the right track, and the medical use is on a huge reinsurgence now. Okay? Alright. Let's get another look at those guys. Got one up here. Watch them swim around there. I'd like to give a huge thank you to Leeches.com and Setsi. I hope I pronounced your name right. I'll leave a link to her channel down in the description, as well as a link to Leeches.com. And you guys can just go over, check them out, do some research, find out some of the benefits. And I'm going to be going over other videos as well. This is going to be kind of like a mini series. I'm going to be going over the uses, going over feedings, going over my findings, the care, how to properly care for them, changing the water, helping them shed their skins, caring for them after they've been fed, things like that. Alright guys, very special thanks to them, and a very special thanks to you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like this video and you want to see more, hit that like button. And while you're down there, you might as well subscribe. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.